Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Mother's Day edition. Thanks so much for ordering from us this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of something special at home for that special mother in your life. We've got a terrific and incredibly easy menu to put together for you now. So, why don't we go ahead and get started? I've actually jumped ahead a little bit so that you don't have to watch me drone on and wait around. So, take out a baking sheet. Line it with parchment paper, cut your Cornish hen out of the sous vide bag, and toss the smoked fingerling potatoes in a neutral oil. In my case, grapeseed oil, but you can use canola oil or vegetable oil with some salt and pepper, and lay it down on the baking sheet. And you're going to roast these for 18 minutes. But for the last 6 minutes or so, you're going to add the shishito peppers to this. So I'm going to take a little bit more of our neutral oil, grapeseed oil, and some salt and pepper. It's good to use the boxes that the ingredients came in so you don't dirty any mixing bowls at home, which is nice. And grab some tongs, give them a little stir. I'm going to put those beside where my roasting pan is going to come out. And then we can start working on the appetizer. So you want to get a nonstick pan, a good sized pan, and you're going to heat it to medium high heat. And you're going to put 1 tablespoon of neutral oil in per person. So for 2 people, 2 tablespoons. I probably go a little on the heavy side, but that's the way I like it. I like things a little bit saucier. So while the pan is heating up, we're going to look ahead on the instructions. We're going to do your mushrooms for 5 minutes. As soon as you put them in, the secret behind roasting mushrooms is hit it with salt immediately. And what it does is that allows the moisture, the water inside the mushrooms to release. This week, we've got a combination of oyster mushrooms and lion's mane mushrooms, really high-end luxe mushrooms. So that's great. So we're going to do that for about 5 minutes. Again, as soon as you throw them in the pan, hit it with some salt, and that will get the moisture coming out of them. All right. So while we're waiting on that, my timer is going to tell me when I'm ready to put the shishitos on the baking sheet, but we're just waiting around a little bit. So why don't I start plating the dessert? I know it sounds strange to plate the dessert first, but we're going to give it a go. Let me move some stuff so that you can see. Don't need that over there. And just keep sauteing the mushrooms from time to time. By the way, the wine pairings, I hope you indulged because they're really special. 2 Pinot Noirs are actually, the rosé is a combination of Pinot Noir and Cabernet Franc from Leaning Post Vineyards in Niagara. This to me just tastes of spring. It's so delicious and refreshing. Strawberry juice jam with some herbal content and a little bit of earthiness. It is just lovely. Okay, so we've got our rhubarb puree, rhubarb and fennel compote, in fact. So I'm going to put some on the bottom. I like using sort of a pasta bowl for this. And you can spread it out inside. Make sure to get some around the outside because you're going to put the panna cotta in the center. But save a little bit for the top because that's going to help the lemon crumble stick. And it's also going to look really nice. Don't forget to keep sauteing your mushrooms so they got a nice little brown. Hey, Google, off. Oh man, this smells amazing. So there's our Cornish hen and our smoked fingerling potatoes. Now we're going to add the shishitos. And that's going to go back in. The oven, by the way, 450 degrees preheated. And don't forget to stir your butternut squash puree. And that is going to go on the base of the pasta. Mushrooms coming along well. All right. So the panna cotta, we put in this little wax paper so that it comes off really nicely. And take the larger side and put that down. in the center. How lovely. We're going to hit it with a little more of the fennel and rhubarb compote on top. Very nice. And our lemon and thyme crumble. And do some around. Gives it a nice little crunch. And there is dessert, nice and easy. Okay, so we've been about 5 minutes on the mushrooms. Next up, we're going with the cavatelli. Give that a little stir. And then at the same time, we're going to do the lemon and roasted zucchini sauce. Give that a little stir. That's great. You got to get your pecorino nearby. While that's going, you should taste some more wine. I know with the main course, we're going to put the muamara on the bottom. So muamara is this beautiful Middle Eastern roasted red pepper puree with walnuts. And so we're going to separate that out. It's got this beautiful pop of color and really great flavors. One of my favorite sauces. I like to serve this sometimes just with some grilled flatbread or pita. Spread that around so you can see it when you put your other stuff on top. Very nice. So the cavatelli, keep stirring it around. We can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see. So the game hen is going to go on top of the fingerlings and shishitos, or just beside, and then we're going to drizzle the chermoula around. And the pecorino is for the pasta. The Pinot Noir, by the way, for those smart enough to order it, is also from Niagara. The farm is a very small boutique winery from Niagara, and they make the most beautiful, aromatic, bright, smoky Pinot Noirs. There's a lot of sort of mineral content in there and irony quality that I just love. So again, I hope you were smart enough to order that. Okay. Squash puree is nice and hot. So we're going to put that down. It's suggesting a pasta bowl. I'm going to use a plate just because I've used my pasta bowls for dessert already. Shh, don't tell the chef. Put it down and spread it around. We might actually send a little less butternut squash puree because there's a lot here. I'm going to plate up one a little bit on the smaller side. The chef always sends me with extra just in case, and then we adjust the quantities afterwards. But yeah, get it around the whole sort of bottom part of your plate or bowl. And we've got the cavatelli. Oh yes, one thing I forgot is the arugula. I'm going to put this in for about 30 seconds to have it wilt. And this is when you're going to hit it with some salt and pepper as well. The good news is the butternut squash puree will hold heat forever. Let's see if I can get this out before my timer goes off for my main course. I hope that and you are not doing what I do, finishing the app and main all at the same time, take your time. Do one and then the other so that you can enjoy it. But I don't want to keep you on the phone, as they say, for too long. This looks beautiful. Nice and bright in springtime. All right. Let's see if I can make this as beautiful as the chef does. This is a generous portion. There's going to be a lot of food here. You may have leftovers. But our son just moved back actually for the summertime. So we've got 3 people eating out of a 2-person meal kit. So we may not have leftovers. Plus, we always split a dessert rather than having one for each of us. Yeah, there's a lot of food here. Get all of that nice arugula. All right. Little cleanup on aisle 9. And the shaved pecorino on top. Put a big dollop in the center. Make it look really sexy. I don't even know which one is better. I think we're going to show you this one. So there is our homemade cavatelli with the roasted mushrooms, the butter and squash puree, and lemon and roasted zucchini sauce, and pecorino and arugula. All right, let's get ready for our main. We've got the green chermoula, which is this beautiful, also Middle Eastern sauce with tons of fresh herbs in there, a little bit of spice and some red pepper. Hey, Google, how much time is left on the timer?
6 seconds remaining.
Hey, Google, timer off. Apparently, I nailed that. Very nice. So, you know what? I think the shishitos could probably go for a few more minutes. So I'm going to change this to 10 minutes instead of, can't remember if I said 6 or 8, just to get a little extra charring on that, because the bottom is nice and charred, but the top could probably use a little bit more. So I'm going to go 9 minutes. Okay. So fingerlings and shishitos on top of the muamara. And you know what? I might alternate so that there's some all around. Always getting creative. I wonder how many people watch this video right through to the end. Very curious. Maybe you guys can email me and let me know if you watched at the end or you're just getting the general hint. Nice spatula for the Cornish hen. Don't forget to season the hen while it's nice and warm coming out. Some pepper. Lovely. And the chermoula. I'm going to put on top of that one. We'll see which one looks prettier. Trying to see where I want it. This will probably be my Instagram photo. There is our roasted Cornish game hen with the smoked fingerling potatoes, the roasted shishito peppers, the green chermoula, the walnut muamara, and deliciousness. Thank you again for letting us be a part of a special celebration home. To all the moms out there, I really hope that you are not finishing this yourself, that someone is doing it for you. And thanks for all you do for the kids in your lives and for the husbands and all of the other people in your life. Anyway, happy Mother's Day, and hope to be able to cook and curate for you again real soon.